Good morning, students. Welcome back again with our topic QSC, Quantity Surveying and Estimation. Today we will discuss about some important definitions of QSC. The first important definition of QSC is estimate. An estimate is the anticipated or probable cost of a work and is usually prepared before the construction is taken up. The estimate is prepared by computing or calculating the quantities required and then calculating the cost at suitable rates to get the expenditure likely to be included in construction of the work or structure. Basically, estimate is an idea of or probability of cost of work which will be beared for that structure or that project. So if you want to know the amount which you will need for the construction, you have to prepare an estimate. The second definition is actual cost. The actual cost of work is known at the completion of work. Amount of all expenditure is maintained day by day during the execution of work. In the account section, and at the end of completion of the work, when the account is completed, the actual cost is known. Basically, if we want to know the amount before construction, then that amount is known as estimated amount. But if we want to know the actual cost which have been finded or which have been used for that project or structure, then we have to prepare an estimate uh, which is prepared during the construction daily. As the work is completed, we just measure it and multiply it with the cost. Then we at the end of the project or at the completion of the project, we will get the actual cost. The third important definition is competent authority. An officer or an other authority in the department to whom relevant powers are delegated by the government financial department, means the person who is eligible to sanction the project or the budget is known as the competent authority. Okay, basically these are the members or the officers which are uh, uh, eligible for sanctioning the amount for that project. They are known as competent authority. The next definition is administrative approval or sanction. It denotes the formal acceptance by the department concerned of the proposal, and after the administrative approval is taken, uh, is given, the engineering department (PWD) take up the work and prepare detailed design plans and estimate and then executes the work. The engineering department prepares approximate estimate and preliminary plans and submit to the department concerned for administrative approval. Means administrative approval is the section where we need to get the first initial sanction from the government or from the competent authority, so that we can proceed for further works. So if we want to if you have any idea or uh, you want to do something for the government, then you have to take an administrative approval from the government, and then we can proceed further in that. Now next is technical sanction. It means a sanction of the detailed estimate, design calculation, quantities of work, rates and cost of the work by competent authority of the engineering department. After the technical sanction of the estimate is given, then only the work is taken up for construction. The power of technical sanction differs from state to state. The technical sanction is basically the sanction which provides the authority to the contractor or the owner to start the construction. Means it requires the detail estimate, detailed project report, all things for technical sanction. After the technical sanction, we are eligible for for starting the construction work. Next definition is bill of quantities. It is a statement of the various item of work giving the description, quantities and units of rate. It is prepared in a tabular form similar to the abstract of estimated cost of the detailed estimate, but the rate and amount columns are left blank. It is primarily meant for inviting tenders and supplied to the contractor to fill up the rates and amounts columns for that project of work. Basically, bill of quantities are the forms, or we can say the details, which we just showed. We just put the item of works which have to be done in that project or structure, and we just kept the blank rates, so that if we want to invite the tenders or the contractors for construction, so they can feed the rates and amount, and after that we can just do a scrutiny, and whichever we find the least or the lowest amount feeded for that project, we will just take it for further construction work. The next important definition in the quantity estimation and surveying is site plan. It is the plan drawn for a particular construction showing its position with respect to approaching roads, main bazaar, market and other permanent features in populated area. It shows the location of the area under construction with respect to the other areas on it. Generally, names of the owner of the area or property holder adjoining to it are also denoted. North line is also clearly marked on it. So basically, there are many plans which have been formed for any construction or project. So in that we have basically three plans: site plan, line plan and index plan. And in site plan, it shows the location of that project from other permanent features in a populated area, and it is also a plan which mark the surroundings of that area which we are going to construct with their name, and the north direction is also clearly mentioned so that we can identify it very clearly or define it with the directions. The line plans can be defined as the plan of a particular construction, simply showing main features with the help of single lines of different portions of the construction. Details of construction are not clearly shown on this plan. This inside and outside dimension shows on this plan should necessarily be corresponding to actual dimension. Basically, line plans are formed the for dividing the area into different categories or different types of areas. As we can say, in a house we need different types of rooms, like a living room, bedroom, kitchen, hall and etc etc. So for that we just prepare a line plan so that we can identify the area, which area is for what purpose. So line plans basically shows the plan of the area which we are going to construct. Second is last is index plan. This is the plan of a particular colony showing the positions of different houses in single lines, their number of any position of road, school, market, hospital and other features etc. This plan is generally fixed on the entrance or at the exit or in the central place of the colony for guidance of the inhabitants outsiders. Basically, जो index plan is for nomenclature, or if anybody didn't know the as we can say in row housing, the all houses look like similar. So for that we need to nomenclature these houses with their house numbers. So if you want to know which house number is where, then you need a index plan, and the index plan is basically fixed at the entrance. So if anybody didn't know the exact direction or that plot or that building, so he can just follow the index plan and get to it very quickly and easily. The next is contingencies. It indicates incidental expenses of miscellaneous characters which cannot be classified under any distinct item subhead yet to pertain to work as a whole.